How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the LAIR. And today we're back in Historic Best of 1. I call this one Ron 2.0. This is based on my boy Mateo's list. I made some minor tweaks. This is going to be an ORZHOV control list. But before we get into it, I just want to say if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and helps us out so much. Feel free to drop me a comment, talk about strategy, deck ideas, misplays. I read the comments daily. And if you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. Also, don't forget, once you have followed or subscribed on either my Twitch or YouTube channels, just reach out to me in the chat of the comment, say something like, hey, I just followed or subscribed, and I can respond to you with an in-game code that you can use to unlock a mystery gift from Wizards. So very excited to be able to offer that to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and let's hop into this. So as I said before, this is a control deck. Basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to control the game until we can go into our sideboard and use Mastermind's acquisition to pull out some of our goodies. But before we get into the sideboard, the way that we're going to stabilize, we have Hand Hate and Thoughtseize. Turn 1, target player reveals their hand, they discard a non-land card, we lose 2 life. We also have the whole play set of Elspeth's Nightmare. It's an enchantment saga. The first chapter, destroy target creature an opponent controls with power 2 or less. Opponent reveals their hand, they discard a non-creature, non-land card, and then we exile their graveyard. Then we also have 3 copies of Mazemind Tome. It's an artifact that we can tap, put a page counter on, and scry. Pay 2, tap, put a page counter on, draw a card. And if there are 4 or more page counters on Mazemind Tome, we can exile it and gain 4 life. Helps us stabilize, card draw, scry, the whole 9. We also have 3 copies of Cosmos Elixir, an artifact. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card if your life total is greater than your starting life total. Otherwise, you gain 2 life. A little bit of card draw and stabilizing there. And we also have 3 copies of Hedron Archive. It's an artifact that we can tap for 2 colorless. Then we can pay 2, tap, sacrifice it, draw 2 cards. So a little bit of ramp action. And board state, we have the full play set of Doomskar, which we can foretell and cast for 3, destroy all creatures. Otherwise, we can cast it for 5. And then we also have 2 copies of Extinction Event at sorcery speed. Choose odd or even, exile each creature with converted mana cost of the chosen value, and 0 is even. 1 copy of Ethereal Absolution, and it's an enchantment that says creatures your opponents creatures you control get +1/+1, creatures your opponent control get -1/-1, and then we can activate the ability target card from exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, we create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. On the low end, we have the Dawn of Hope. It's an enchantment that says, whenever you gain life, you may pay 2. If you do, draw a card, and we can activate its ability at any time if we have the mana available, and create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. Then we also have 1 copy of Cruel Reality, enchantment or a curse. Enchant target player. At the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. If the player can't, they lose 5 life. We have 2 copies of the Immortal Sun, legendary artifact that says players can't activate planeswalker loyalty abilities, and at the beginning of your draw step, you draw an additional card. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and creatures you control get +1/+1. We also have 2 copies of Emeria, Shattered Skyclave, or Emeria's Call. This is a module land. It can either enter the battlefield tapped unless we pay 3 life and produce white mana, or at sorcery speed we can create 2 4/4 white angel warrior creature tokens with flying. Non-angel creatures you control gain indestructible until your next turn. And then finally, Mastermind's acquisition. It's a sorcery. We can choose one. We can either search our library for a card, put it into our hand, then shuffle our library, or put a card you own from outside the game into your hand. Before we get into the sideboard, let's talk about the mana base. We have 3 planes, 2 Castle Locthwain, the full playset of Godless Shrine, the full playset of Isolated Chapel, the full playset of Temple of Silence, the full playset of Drowned Catacomb, the full playset of Watery Grave, and 1 copy of, Crawling Barrens. Now, like I said, the whole idea is we control the game until we can draw into a Mastermind's acquisition. We do have a couple win cons main deck in Cruel Reality. Also with Ethereal Absolution and Dawn of Hope combo very well, so that after we've controlled the board, then we can just start pumping out these tokens. And with an Immortal Sun in the board, they pump the creatures, our opponent's creatures are weakened, and then we can usually win the game from there. However, if we need a little bit extra, using our 4 copies of Mastermind's Acquisition, we can access our sideboard. And we have some goodies like Grafdigger's Cage, the Elder Spell, destroy any number of target planeswalkers, Clear the Mind, which is, if you're wondering why we're splashing blue, technically this is a black and white deck. The only spell that we have in this deck that is blue, and that's the only thing that we're using these blue mana for, is for Clear the Mind. Target player shuffles their graveyard into their library and we draw a card. We have 2 copies of Necromantia at sorcery speed. Choose a card name other than a basic land card name. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards of that name and exile them. That player shuffles their library and then creates that many 2/2 black zombie creature tokens for each card exiled this way. We have 1 copy of Settle the Wreckage if our Doomskar is not enough to be able to exile our opponent's creatures when they attack. At instant speed, however, they do get to draw that many basic land cards and put them onto the battlefield. We have 1 copy of Thought Distortion at sorcery speed. This spell cannot be countered. Target opponent reveals their hand. Exile all non-creature, non-land cards from that opponent player's hand and graveyard. So good against control decks. We have 1 copy of Approach of the Second Sun at sorcery speed. If this spell was cast from your hand and you've cast another spell named Approach of the Second Sun this game, you win the game. Otherwise, Approach of the Second Sun is put into its owner's library, 7th from the top, and you gain 7 life. We have 1 copy of Akroma's Memorial, legendary artifact that says creatures you control have flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, and protection from black and red. We have 1 copy of Platinum Angel. It's an artifact creature angel, 4/4 with flying. You can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. We have 1 copy of Overwhelming Splendor, another enchantment or a curse. Enchant target player. Creatures enchanted player controls loses all abilities and have base power and toughness of 1/1. An enchanted player can't activate abilities that aren't mana abilities or loyalty abilities. We have 1 copy of Zeltalpa, Primal Dawn. He's a 4/8 with flying, double strike, vigilance, trample, and indestructible. 1 copy of Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. He's a 10/10 with indestructible, and when you cast this spell, exile 2 target permanents, and when Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, attacks, defending player exiles the top 20 cards of their library. 1 copy of Heliod's Intervention. At instant speed, we choose 1, destroy X target artifact and or enchantments, and or target player gains twice X life. And then finally, 1 copy of Torment of Hailfire at sorcery speed. Repeat the following process X times. Each opponent loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card. So that's the shell of the deck. Like I said, we're trying to control the game until we can assess what we're playing, play a Mazemind, access our sideboard, and win the game. We have a 3.9 converted mana cost running 0 creatures and 26 lands. Thank you guys so much. Let's hop into it. Let's see how we do. So technically is ORZHOV control, but we're splashing blue, so. Roam Zone with the Sarkhan. So we have a very nice 3-lander or 4-lander here. We have a Mazemind, we have an Elspeth, we have a Cosmos. We'll definitely keep this. Kind of a clunky start. I think in this instance we'll go Drowned Catacomb first, and then we'll play our planes. Opponent has his own Temple of Silence, scrying 1 to the top. We'll play our planes, we'll play out our Mazemind. Oh, we will pass. Opponent's on black and white. We will scry. Doomskar's nice. So we could play out the Isolated Chapel untapped, but we have no play for it. So I think we're going to go ahead and play out the Temple of Silence. Immortal Sun is nice. And we will foretell our Doomskar. And we'll pass. Righteous Valkyrie, okay. Whenever another angel or cleric enters the battlefield, you gain life equal to the creature's toughness as long as you have 7 or more life. Then your starting total creatures you control get +2/+2, sure. Alright, so we'll scry. Immortal Sun's nice. I like I already did that, but okay. So here's the thing. I think I'm going to play Castle Locthwain because we don't technically have any swamps. And we'll go ahead and play out the Elspeth's Nightmare. We'll hit the Righteous. Next turn we can go into his hand. Okay. Opponent plays a Fabled. Searches for a Plains. Cool. Plays a Veto. Veto Cornelius will scry. Hedron Archive is perfect. Alright, let's take a peek. Heartless Act. Destroy. I think we're going to take the Shatter here. It's a little bit more our speed. We'll play out the Isolated Chapel. And then I think we'll play Cosmos Elixir here. And then we'll pass. So we have 5 available mana. Alright, well, we'll just scry before he can get me. So he just top decked this Heliod. I don't think we need any more Doomskar. Put that to the bottom. He gets our Cosmos Elixir, but that's fine. I think it's worth tapping in here. We'll play the Immortal Sun. Between these two, I feel pretty confident. Playing Doomskar for 2 is pretty good, I think. Alright. He's getting pretty desperate. We'll Thoughtseize. We'll take the Pyre. Play the Hedron. And we'll pass. As soon as he plays the Valkyrie, we'll Doomskar. Oh, or he could just quit. Got him! On to the next one. Imecho. Well, we have no card advantage. We have no blue sources, which isn't super important. But I kind of feel like this hand's a little clunky, even with the scry. So we'll mulligan. Seems much better. We do have a 3-lander. Even though we don't have any white sources, we'll keep this. I think we'll just return the Crawlings. We have a 44% chance to draw land now. So we'll lead off with the Watery Grave. tapped. Turn 2, we play Drowned Catacomb, play Mazemind. Ooh, Ruincraft. Alright. Well, let's play out the Mazemind. Pass. Alright, this is the entire reason I put in the Clear the Mind. Particularly for rogues. Cool. So of course we'll let them mill us. Now we'll scry. I think actually I'm interested in putting this on the bottom. We're looking for one more white source. Meanwhile, we can activate our Elspeth. Doesn't matter which crab we hit. You know, crabs and whatnot. Alright, let's see what they do. Let's see. Blue land. Okay. Well, hopefully these are all creatures for our friend here. We can get it to fairies. Yep. So they hit 3. So we have 2 Mastermind in the grave, 1 in the bottom. Kind of sketch. Wonder if this is mono blue mill. That would be interesting. Alright, we're gonna scry anyways. We're gonna take this just so we can get the Cosmos active. Neutralize Supreme Will. Draw 3 cards and discard. Whenever you cast a blue spell. Counter target spell unless controller plays 3. Look at the top 4 of your library. I think we're going to take the Thirst. Don't really want them drawing any more cards. Play out Cosmos Elixir. They have no bounce. Pass. So we'll foretell you, we'll cast you, and we'll pass. Oh yeah, his mono blue mill. There's a lot of cards. Oh wow. Let me just draw another one. Cool. Well, we still have that Mazemind on the bottom of our... Mary's is nice. Yeah, we're definitely going to pay 3 here. We're definitely Doomskar here. Yeah. I'm going to foretell you. And we'll pass. That's about all we can do here. Emechu. Sure. Scry. We have 5 mana available. Don't think we need any more land. We're looking for some actual action. We'll scry again. Immortal Sun, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we can actually put this on the bottom. I don't think the opponent's not really... Okay. Well, we didn't really draw anything else. We'll pass. Holding up your counter spells. You have bounce. Alright. Scry here. That's what we're looking for. Don't need more land. Counter target spell. Pass. Next turn I'll be playing Elspeth's Nightmare just to get a counter out of the hand so we can safely play Masterminds. Yep, new. Sure. Oof. I hope you have a 2-spell counter spell. Probably he does. Mono blue. Sure. Scry. 7 mana available. I like the Thoughtseize here. Alright, let's Thoughtseize first. Sure. Pay 1. Yeah, sure. Cool. Let's get rid of that. Just do you. Pick up the Clear the Mind. Alright, let's see if we can make him cry. Ruin Crab, sure. And... what? Sure. So we were right there. Mono blue mill, degenerate. Probably more degenerate than the deck that I'm playing. But it is what it is, you know? We had him though. He just milled us too fast. Let's hop into another one. Vampire Nighthawk. Okay. Sounds like a magic card. So we have a 4-lander here. I think we'll keep this. See what happens. We have our double white source for Doomskar. So we'll turn 1, we'll temple. If we don't have draw into a turn 2 play, we'll play Watery Grave tapped. Don't need a Cruel Reality just yet. Green, red, untapped. Okay. The center tapped. The Aurelia. Paradise Druid, sure. Alright. Well, I think it's that time. We will Elspeth the edge wall. Don't want him getting any value out of this. Depending on what our opponent plays here, we could potentially Emeria's Call. Let's take a look. Yep, we'll get rid of that Ember Cleave. You don't need that. So the opponent's not really threatening us, so we'll do this. Another Masterminds. Yeah, I guess. We have the Hedron. We'll go ahead and foretell our Doomskar. For when our opponent thinks they're going to have a board, and then we'll just wipe it. Going in for 2. Cool. I think here more important is the ramp, so we'll play the Hedron Archive. And we'll play this as a land tapped. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana available. And 2 damage. You got it. What is the move here? So we will play out our temple. We have 8 mana available now. I don't think we need any more land. We're looking for some action. Do I play the Immortal Sun? That's the question. I think we do. Hopefully our opponent doesn't draw into like a questing beast or something. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 mana available with the Immortal Sun. Sure. Bone crush to the face. Sure. Oh, look at that. Two, 3. Let's just Doomskar here. And we'll play this. What do we want to search for? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9, 6, 7, 8. feel like this would fuck him up a lot, but should we just approach? I think we'll take the approach, since we have so many other things that we can do. And then now we will take... I think we'll take an Ziltalpa and pass. Okay. No, green red does not have bounce. There's a Mazemind. Crawling. Plays the Talpa. And then we'll play Mazemind. Extinction Event for 3. So funny. Yeah. Played our Mazemind here. Yeah, you got something against that? I don't think so. Pass. Pelt collector, nice. I don't see how he's possibly coming back from this. Let's see here. Yep. What you got? My turn? Oh. So we'll scry. Elspeth. It's kind of nice. Sure. Why not? Alright, let's play approach first. Yep. Yeah. Smack the face. Big hits, big hits. Thought the Mazemind. Okay, end the turn. Have a double scry. Double scry option. Sure. Thoughtseize. I think we're good on that now. And what a moss. Got him. I think this deck could be pretty strong against most lists, excluding mono blue mill. All right. Let's hop into another one. Ron 2.0. My man. got a 4-lander here. We have a Thoughtseize. Yeah, I mean, I think we'll keep this. We have double white for our Doomskar. So we can do this, pay 1. Hopefully we're not playing mono red. Niv Mizzet, take the growth spiral. Okay. Temporal Silence. I like the untapped land. Play out another temple. Thoughtseize is nice. We will foretell the Doomskar. Fountain of Renewal, sure. I think we're gonna take another peek. Storm's Wrath, we don't care about that. Mythos could be something. We have to take the Niv here, though. Yeah. Pass. Fountain of Renewal. Alright, let's play Hedron. Play out Emeria's 4, 5, 6. Attack. Not feeling the fountain. Wonder if this deck is playing sure. Wonder if this deck is playing counter spells. That is the real question here. Your go. So this is the, I believe, the Genesis Ultimatum version, which I think 3, 4, 5, 6. He's 1 off, 7, 8. Oh, sure. Let's draw 2 cards. He does have a Mythos. So he Mythoses our own Cruel Reality. Sure. And expansion. Double Cruel Reality. Wow. Okay. Well, that's something. Cry every time. On to the next one. Con. Alright, so we have a 3-lander here. I think we'll keep this. We'll do... If we're on the play, we'll play... I think we'll play Temple here. Thoughtseize is nice. Yeah, let's not lose too much life. Let's take a peek. Alright. I think we'll take the Dream Trawler. Although Esper does have quite a few ways of dealing with hand hate. Okay. Yeah. I think we're gonna just run out the Dawn of Hope here. And then next turn we can start pumping out some little poopers. Get some of his removal out of his hand. Yep. Cool. I don't think he's running small creatures, so we're just gonna run out this Elspeth so we can go in his hand next turn. Take something else tasty. Hero of Precinct 1. What? Oof. I think we'll take Tyrant Scorn so we can't keep bouncing stuff. And I think we'll play the Temple here. I don't know if we need a blue source yet since we haven't drawn any Masterminds. And I think we will just do even just to be that guy. Elite Guard Mage, sure. Do for 2. So we're going to foretell here, and we're going to hold up the castle. We'll pass. Yep. This looks like the old Esper bounce that revolved around a bunch of root quality like ETB creatures and removal comboed with Thassa. So we'll see what type of list this is. It's your go. Or you could just wait. Not usually one to provoke, but come on. He's alive. All right, you're not gonna attack. Draw a card. That's nice. So Esper control. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 mana available. Yeah, I think we'll just take the approach here. Stabilize a little bit. Not to say that they aren't running counter spells, but you know, it is what it is. And our opponent looks like he's checked out. Come on, dude. Con artist? Con man? Wow. Alright, well. You checked out, we'll just play this. And, yeah. Are you still there? We got all types of stuff for your dream trawlers, whatever you got. Oh, man. Come on. Yeah? Alright. Looks like our opponent's checked out. Got him. And... Alright, my friends, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and helps us out so much. Feel free to drop me a comment, talk about strategy, deck ideas, misplays. I read the comments daily. And if you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. Also, don't forget, once you have followed or subscribed on either my Twitch or YouTube channels, just reach out to me in the chat of the comments and say something like, hey, I just followed or subscribed. And I can respond to you with an in-game code that you can use to unlock a mystery gift from Wizards. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.